Hello everyone, I am Bryson, and I'm an American living in the state of Kentucky. Today we're going to be reacting to what do English people think about America, and I'm going to give you my American Kentuckian reaction back to what these English people think about us, or me, or whatever you want to put it. So we're just going to get straight into it, and here we go.
James here, and today I'm in London. Now, what we're going to do today is we're going to find out what English people think of America/Americans. So, let's find out.
No, I haven't.
No?
Not yet, but definitely will.
I have been, yes. I've been twice. 3 times. Thrice.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, family holiday.
Right, okay.
No, I haven't actually.
Yeah, I've been to Florida.
Yes.
I've been to America before, yep.
I went to Florida when I was about 16, did all the theme park stuff. Absolutely loved it.
Yes, I have. Chicago.
Never. Really want to. Never been.
Yeah, I've been to New York City.
No.
Okay.
Just a lot of takeaway food.
I think growing up I always thought America was a very similar place to the UK. Clearly that we're very different.
That's fair, yep.
For me, I always see like America is almost like the bigger version of England. Like you do things bigger than us. You obviously have the Super Bowl, the halftime show. All of it's like huge. A lot of like musical inspiration and sort of style always starts in America usually, and then comes over to us. I know we got our little bits going on as well in London.
We got the sauce. South London represent. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we really love America. It does feel as if you're walking around on a movie set the whole time.
Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. Like, we went on family holidays too.
I don't know. I feel like that would be just depending on where you went. I don't live anywhere special. There's nothing special about it. I live in a town of like 30,000 people. A lot of our businesses are closed. Where I live and many places are not like that. But high tourist areas, anything like that, yeah, it's very similar because, of course, that's kind of the whole projection that we put out.
To Florida, and I got adopted by so many American couples when I wandered off on my own. It was amazing.
It's like I see America as really divided. So like parts of it, like the coasts, I would definitely go to and would love to go to. But yeah, like middle America, like not really.
I went quite a
But why? There's a lot of cool stuff in Middle America, but at the same time, it just depends on where you go in Middle America. Just like there's not a lot. I mean, the coastlines, yes, there's a lot of cool places, but just there's a lot of cool places all throughout this whole country, all throughout it.
bit of time ago, like 5 years. So it was kind of good, but like at the moment, all I know is Donald Trump, I'm not going to lie. So that's not, I don't like that.
Okay.
The food portions were enormous. Ate a lot for breakfast and like always, so we were always like amazed at how much food there was available for everyone to eat. The biggest impression was the healthcare thing.
You're blessed as a country that you've got so many different cultures, so many different types of people, so many different races and backgrounds come into like a big melting pot, and that's what we share as countries. So I think patriotic is the big thing though for me. I think it's like a thing where like you actually have like a kind of a connection with your flag and your country that like not many countries actually do.
I think
Patriotism is very big in the United States. We have our American flag all over the place. It is very prominently displayed. It's everywhere on clothing, in windows, almost every building. It's on vehicle decal stickers. It's everywhere. I mean, we celebrate that flag. That is our flag, and we wave it proudly. That's the symbolism of it.
I think parts of it are cool. I quite like
Memorial Day and Veterans Day is also days where you will see a lot of flags displayed, especially on the 4th of July. Those 3 days they are 3 huge symbolism type days for our country. So that's where a lot of that will go. You'll see cemeteries for veterans. You'll see the Veterans of Foreign Wars, VFW, the American Legion. You'll see different entities or different organizations. They will be lining flags all throughout veteran cemeteries, different areas where veterans have served it is a very big deal.
Like Florida, New York, the idea of the West Coast, but I think there's parts of America which I just do not agree with. The Deep South, that sort of places, the Trump territory, I think is absolutely crazy out there.
It was so cool when I went. There was a jazz festival going on. I'm really into music, so that was amazing. Lots of incredibly large portions of pizza, which was really cool. So yeah, no, I really loved it.
I imagined it being this like amazing buzzing place, kind of full of energy and a real like love of life somehow, a bit more than maybe we have here. And yeah, big portions comes into it, big portions of food.
As America on a whole, I don't know, it's hard to judge. I think it's very varied.
For me, I have to see it for myself. I can't really say. I've just heard too many mixed reviews, so I got to find out when I get there.
You definitely got to find out when you get here. Again, it's all going to be where you go, because the experience you have in one state is going to be completely different from the experience you have in every single state. There's going to be similarities between each state, but there is also going to be huge differences just in culture, in the food, the economics, the way that just everything works, the way that the people are, the way that the people interact, the way that the government runs the state. Every state is so different that you would really have to experience every single state, because to go visit one area, or even to like say visit Los Angeles and then visit New York, even though those are two huge destination cities, they're vastly different, and the experiences you would get are vastly different.
The accent is louder than like us English people. We're known to be quite quiet when we talk, whereas Americans are usually pronounce over you. So yeah, just like the big, very confident, I would say.
Well, slightly disappointed.
I think the interesting bit for me is that they kind of think America's the centre of the universe.
That's fair. That's fair.
So there's not a lot of understanding of what happens in the rest of the world.
I think I'm the most so happy and so willing to talk to everyone. No one on the tube talks to each other. It's not a thing. So many Americans start up conversations on the tube. It's kind of weird, but it's kind of cool as well.
In the age of technology where we have so many cell phones and so many people have cell phones and internet access, that we are also becoming more and more antisocial and becoming less communicative with people, such on trains or public transportation. That's what I've heard. That's what, of course, I've seen over the years. But where I live, there really is no public transportation. There's no subways. There's a city bus. There's only a handful of people that ride it. So, I really can't say.
Wow.
They seem really bubbly and nice, to be honest. Like, yeah, they seem really comfortable, like outgoing and stuff.
I think they're open to change and sexuality, things like that. But it's just like the other small side that are just hate, full of hate and stuff.
I'd say the first word is loud, as a sort of general description. Very friendly, charming, and want to know about you and get involved, where sometimes some people would step back. So they don't step back from putting themselves out there, I feel. Having certain expectations based on their lifestyle of other cultures or countries.
I think they're very, very friendly. They can be overbearing sometimes.
I think of the word awesome. I hear also a lot of my American colleagues say awesome a lot. So awesome. Yes, exactly.
I say awesome. Even today, I say awesome, and it's part of my vocabulary.
Very enthusiastic and very positive in a way that I think English people are not. So.
Yeah, she's nailed it. Enthusiastic and loud, maybe slightly. I think, but in a positive way.
Yeah, a lot of them are quite loud.
I keep hearing quite loud, and as I've been sitting here thinking about it, in general, like in coffee places or restaurants, people do tend to talk very loud. My father is actually one who, as a kid, I got very annoyed because he would talk so loud. Like in a restaurant, if someone called him and he answered the phone, he would talk so loud, and it would be kind of embarrassing because, kind of looking around like everyone can hear you. Please be quiet. So I also see that side of it too, and I completely get that with us as Americans, but not everybody.
speak their mind, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. A lot of them eat too much.
I mean, they're pretty loud. Wherever you go, you know, you can hear them a mile away. It's not to say that they're bad people. I guess it's just different culture, different way of doing stuff. If they live here for a while, you'll understand that, you know, there's a few do's and don'ts, but otherwise, they're fine. They're not hurting anyone.
I think Americans are very positive, and I think often we lack that here. So, positivity. Okay. Sometimes too much.
Music. Music, yeah, and food.
Yeah, music as well. Yeah.
It's good at being American.
Okay.
So, like, it's good at having its national identity. Maybe it's not something that's felt across the whole, you know, if you go into the country, that people have different ideas of what it means to be American or not and all that kind of thing. So I'm just speaking from an outsider perspective.
I get forward thinking. I think as a country, you've got things which a lot of other countries would love to have, and you're blessed with that. I think when you go over there, you do things in a way bigger and better than everyone else. I think you go over there and you think, oh, it's quite grandiose. It's got lots of things about it. And that's kind of the thing I really like it. And I think as well, it's quite nice to actually share similarities with a country, and I think when you go to America you really do feel like it's not a massive change, or it's not a massive leap, and it's quite comforting, I guess, for British people when you go over, because it doesn't feel too different.
Diversity.
I love the culture, the positivity, the food, the beautiful landscape.
I think I love how much variety there is in one place. I think they say something about how many people don't have a passport in America because you don't need to come out because you can see so much within. So I think I love that, to have so much variety on your doorstep.
Yeah, part of my own bucket list would be to visit each of the 50 states and visit a few different destinations within each state that I've chosen personally based on my personality, my interests, and my likes, and visit each one of those and explore, collect memorabilia, and just explore. There's so many different places, but also there's like Chinatowns in New York and LA. There's all the different cultures. You could go some places and experience pretty much everything there is that Mexico or South America has to offer. There's places you can go that has everything that you can offer from pretty much all around the world without ever leaving this country. It all just depends on where you want to travel and what culture you want to experience. You can find it somewhere in the United States. Might have to travel to experience it, but yes, you do not need a passport to experience it or anything like that.
It's usually like the first place to have stuff. So all the new foods or like technology, blah blah blah, like America has it. And then we're like, when's it going to come to the UK?
I think choice and variety. So when it comes to people, maybe even, you know, places you can go or things you can eat, it just seems like there's absolutely everything there. I mean, we have tons and tons of stuff here, but it's not mostly readily available everywhere.
Yep.
Trump. The corruption is so good in America. I think it's better than England because they get everyone to stay hush hush, earn a certain amount of money, and not be as successful.
Guns.
I'm afraid I've got to say Trump. How on earth they could vote for Trump?
Probably how mixed religion is into your politics. Right, yeah. So many arguments for and against things. They'd be like, oh, why are you against this? Oh, because it's against my religion, so therefore we should outlaw it.
Right.
I have a real problem with that.
Okay, yeah, actually, you know, I don't like police, like your police America, like, wow, like that is crazy.
So I feel like people.
I really don't want to respond a whole lot to these dislikes, but I will respond to the religion one and politics. That's why we have separation of church and state. However, for whatever reason, it's continuously projected into the politics and into policy, different things. I believe that everybody can indulge in whichever religion they choose, whether they choose to have a religion or choose to not have any form of religion at all, or sexual orientation. I believe, hey, everybody can be an individual, and I believe in individuality. I believe that the government should not have a say-so in religion or sexuality. I also don't don't support trying to force your beliefs on someone else because they're different. You know, we're all individuals. We're all individual humans. We have individual minds. We all have different emotions. We all have such personalities that are so personal to us. You know, why is it okay for me to force myself upon you as far as my religious beliefs, or as far as my sexual orientation beliefs, or non-beliefs for that matter, but then you have to just accept that and change everything about who you are in order to conform to my standard? That's not fair. That's not fair to you. That's not fair to me. That's not fair to anybody else in the world. So, you know, I believe, religion and those types of things need to be kept out of the government, need to be kept out of politics. But that needs to be across the board, not pick and choose which types of discriminations or which type of route they choose to ignore.
People subscribe to franchises way too much in America. I feel like it's really franchise. Like, I feel like everything's just like a walking brand. Like, it just doesn't feel as. I feel like at least with London, like you get a lot more personality from it. And do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Use of like tons of cars or something, and like emitting, you know, a lot of fuels, emissions. But the thing is, I feel like, I don't know if I feel that is, America is definitely like a big producer of all that stuff, but it's just so, like, everyone uses cars, and I don't know, it just feels like it's an easy thing to say.
It's kind of the kind of people who are, in our eyes, probably like bigots. Like, I think for me, the big thing is, like, everyone needs to be inclusive in the world. I come from London. I'm from a city where there's so many different people that you can talk to, and every single day you experience a different culture, a different way of life, and that's what makes this country great. And there's certain people in America, when you watch them on TV, that you just listen to and you're slightly backward in your thinking, and it shouldn't be that way.
I think it's the feeling that they think they're the best in the world. That's the one thing.
Am I allowed to say Trump?
Absolutely.
Trump.
Okay, yep, that's fair.
And not so much him, but like what he represents, which is kind of quite an insular, or it seems to me anyway, a kind of insular mentality, which doesn't sort of encourage that idea of liberation and inclusivity, which I think to me is what America stands for. So yeah, I find that really a weird break in America, I suppose.
I think it's sort of the nationalism is wonderful in so many ways, but sometimes, like you say, a bit insular, and the sort of the American pride is wonderful in so many ways, but slightly
have a darker side.
Yeah, and I think that's probably what I don't like coming as an outsider into it.
Donald Trump.
A popular
Portion sizes.
portion size, make them smaller.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
So I suppose it's just all the things you hear about. You know, all of the problems that are going on with the country and the people who are running it.
Okay, hey man, my name's Dan, and I live on a farm. I'd like to say that my accent's alright, but that's just what English people say.
I don't believe it, man. I just can't believe it. The whole gang's gone. Louis, Snake Eyes, Ritzy, Angelo.
Hello, how's it going? I had the most amazing time in Cali. We were on Venice Beach. It was so gorgeous.
So I was walking down the street and
My name is Greta.
Okay.
Oh my god, I cannot believe he dropped the baby again.
That one, okay, that's actually pretty good. I like that one. I like them all. They're all good, and I feel personally as if throughout my life around here, living in the United States, I've heard that type. I've heard at least every one of those accents at least once, or so close that they're close enough. And yeah, I like it. It's pretty funny.
Hey y'all, my name's James. Gonna get a hamburger and fries. There we go.
I want to get a cup of coffee in Boston.
Say it every
What
once
do
in
you
a while.
want me to say? I don't
Say it.
know, like
You'd be like-
my best American accent. Is
good.
that okay?
That's perfect.
Thank you.
how you doing?
Perfect. That's good.
I want hamburgers and fries.
That's good.
Hey, my name is Danny. I love burgers. and I'm obese, and I'm sorry, that's really.
Why is it always gotta be burgers? I love burgers. I love burgers.
Yeah. That's all right, Danny. Appreciate you doing this, man. All right, so in conclusion, that is what the English think of the Americans. It's been a long day, a long trip. So, having said all that and met all those people, this video is finished. Good night.
All right. Well, that was What Do English People Think About America? Hope you enjoyed it. Again, I am Bryson. If you have any comments or feedback for me or anything else you would like for me to react to, let me know, and I greatly appreciate it. Again, leave a like and a comment or anything else. Hit the dislike button if you want. That's okay too. And I will see you later.